Good afternoon, my little potato chips. How you doing? It's me, Paddy from Cross the Shock. And like I said yesterday, I'm going to do a few wee videos just before the end of the year. And they're nothing spectacular. I'm not going to do in-depth reviews. I've plenty of reviews to do for the new year. But I'm just sort of going over the year. And I was sitting thinking, what will I show today? Will I show my posh knives or will I show my working knives? And I just came to this conclusion. What I've got down in front of you here is knives that one, I didn't think I would have at the beginning of the year, and two, these are my high-end knives that I actually use. Now, I'm not a hard use user, so I look after them, some of them more than others, but I'll talk about that as we're going along. And are they good as users or are they just good as eye candy? So, shall we start with the we'll start with the most expensive because this is a beauty I got this year. This is a maker called Herman Knives, and this is his Sting. I got this from Polish Custom Knives. They sent it to me for review and for the channel. This is a very expensive knife. This is an amazing knife and blade. The profile, everything about this knife is high class. It is stunning. The action on it is it's, look, I do this constantly and I still get such a buzz on how good that is. The fit and finish, I mean, in the back of it there, you'll see not much room at the sides at all. It is so well finished, completely sturdy, no movement anywhere. And you wouldn't expect it for a £600 knife. But what amazed me so much, I use this knife. Now, again, not heavy, but sometimes I just, look, you see this blade? It's a flat grind. It's the most beautifully ground knife that I've ever felt. And whatever the stone wash, it's very light stone wash on this. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a very light stone wash and it cuts through material just so effortlessly. It is just such a pleasure. You would have to use it. So I do sometimes when I'm breaking down boxes or something, just get this out for the hell of it, just to use it. Or whatever I'm going to do, I'll get this out because it is just stunning. The coating on this blade, or this handle I should say, the anodization is first class because although I've used this now, again, not heavy use, but if you can see, there's not a scratch on it. And I've dropped it. I've done it now, not from any great height, but I've dropped it, I've set it down. It's just not scratching at all, which is amazing. And I suppose it goes with this high-end knife. Everything about it has been done to perfection, and I just love it. It is I'm so glad I can use it and not just keep it there. I'm not going to be giving this away. This will stay with the channel because it was way too expensive. And for a company to give it to a wee channel like mine, I want to keep showing this off as a part of that man's artistry. Herman is just a great knife maker. They have plenty of other models. They have smaller, bigger, all sorts. But look, let me tell you, it's a beautiful custom piece of work, but it's also an amazing user. And that's been the joy for me, that it's high end, but I can use it whenever I want. I have no fear in using this, and I'll use it for rougher jobs. I cut carpet with it this year, so I mean, it's not much worse you're going to get than that. Another knife that really has, oh, good gosh, I nearly decapitated my finger there, and I'm not going to do it. There we go. This needs cleaned out again. I use this constantly. This was used over Christmas. This is just this LC 200 and this Spidey. It really needs cleaning out and oiled again. I'll do that very shortly. Um, but it is just a gorgeous knife. I never actually flick this knife out when I'm using it. It's smooth, but I know that it needs cleaned up inside because it's used for everything from kitchen duties to cardboard duties to anything. It is a great steel. It's a great knife, although quite plain compared to this knife. Although it's quite a plain looking knife, I love the shape of this knife. I just adore the shape. I adore the ergonomics in the hand. It's Spyderco brilliant for ergonomics, but this is beautiful. There's no jimping anywhere. It doesn't need any jimping. It's perfectly beautiful in the hand. Perfect grip. So that I've used just constantly, mostly in the kitchen, to be honest. And the kitchen includes breaking up any boxes or whatever you get. I mean, big cereal boxes, heavy duty stuff. But another just great knife. It's starting to get the snail trails on it, although it doesn't snail trail half as much as a Chris Reeve, but they're getting there. They're coming. And again, an expensive knife again, yes, but to be able to use your expensive knives, that's a joy for me. To have them all sitting in a box would just be a waste of my time. An absolute waste of my time. Now, what shall we go to? I'm going to go to this knife because I got this at the end, the very end of last year, and this has become my favorite user. Now, it's just a para 3, but this is M390. This was a bento box, I think, special. It's absolutely beautiful. I have a deeper carry clip on it than what comes with. Perfectly good. This has become my favorite work knife. Whenever I want to go and do anything that's above beyond ordinary, it's a G10 handle. It's M390. It'll do any job that I wanted to do. And this has kicked the bug out of my pocket. Even during the summer it did, because I just naturally went for this instead of the bug out. I don't know why, but I mean, I would probably be more of a Benchmade man than Spyderco, but this really has taken over my heavy duty use. I just love it. And the M390, heat treated well, as Spyderco does most of the stuff. It's just a gorgeous knife. And it's one of the knives, even my Para 2, it has kicked it out. I don't use my Para 2 at all, or it's just really for show because I'll pick this every time. Um, and no offense to anybody who loves their Para 2s, but this, the Para 3, to me is probably one of the best knives that has come out, along with the Spidey Chef, I think, is a really good, useful knife. Um, Now, with the M3 now, you're going to pay a bit more, but I think they're worth the money. Even if you just get the basic one, the steel's good enough to use anywhere. Here's another knife I didn't think I would have. I traded for this one this year, and this is my Insingo by Chris Reeves. This, it's just beautiful. It's everything I thought a Chris Reeve would be. Now, I didn't expect Chris Reeve to have all the bells and whistles of the more expensive fancy knives, but I just wanted it to be what people had said, that the precision made, good looking knife, and it is exactly that. And it's a great work knife. The S35 VN, yeah, it's a wee bit softer, but again, I'm not a heavy user, so it doesn't bother me. And I quite like sharpening, so that doesn't bother me. But as for a knife that I can just sit, I love just sitting in my chair, opening this up, because I can do it quietly and it doesn't annoy the wife so much. But this is just, it's such a pleasure to open and close. It really is. And I changed the oil this year. I went from his grease to just normal oil, a light oil, and just flies open. I can flick it open now if I want to, but most of the time I don't, because that action, honestly, it's worth getting the knife just for that alone. I love it. Now, I'll probably never get another Chris Ray. I might get a bigger one uh, at some stage. But this does everything I need the knife to do, and I have a larger knife that I can use for anything I want. I don't know whether, I don't really think I feel the need for a bigger one, but if the opportunity came and a trade maybe came up, I would go for a bigger one, but I just love it. I really do love this knife. I'm actually really thinking of the Menundi as another knife that I would like to try, just to see if that feeling of opening the Menundi is as joyful as it is opening this little knife. So there we go. There's another one that I didn't think I would get. These last two, I had no idea I would get them whatsoever. As you know, the last couple of years I've transferred into liking my slip joints, and these are two of the slip joints that are incredibly difficult to get, especially in the UK. They're incredibly difficult, and unless you get into some sort of group that you can get, trades and swaps, they're nearly impossible to get. This is the TC Barlow. Now, this is the number 14 Old Pete over at Jersey Knife Guy doesn't really like the number 14. I find it an absolutely cracking gentleman's carry because it's small. I can't get four fingers. I can get three fingers on it, but one sits at the back there, and it's really, really comfortable as a pattern. And I love it as a gentleman. This will go on a slip. It'll go in my pocket, but I will use it. Definitely not heavy use. I carry another pin like today. I would be carrying something like that in a slip, and either another knife in my pocket, a big pocket, but usually it'll be something like this will go in the pocket, maybe as a user to go with it. This is just an old £30 uh, mid last century Arthur Wright. Absolutely beautiful knife. Just a cracking little knife. So this will do the hard work, and that cuts a bits of string off ladies' clothing if I need that. That didn't come out very well, but I'm just gonna move on over. But to get this for me has just been the gem of the year. I'm excited. As excited about this as I was about this or my Chris Reeve, if not more. So I love the pattern. I love the fit and finish. I love everything about it. Very plain, and I have other knives that are much more exotic looking. But I mean, this is in Cocobolo wood. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's something you can't really show. You have to actually. There is brown and black in there, but it's very hard to show with a phone. But a beautiful knife, and to bring this out couldn't scare anybody. You know, it's just a tiny little knife in your hand, but an incredibly useful knife. There's not much in my daily life I couldn't do with that knife. Absolutely not. And I have a user um, that I will use in daily use along with, say, carrying this or my Para 3. This one is just, I can't believe I've got this. This is a number 14 pattern, but this is the Northwoods, which are even rarer than hen's teeth. I would say these definitely are snake's tooth. Not many of them about, but this is just beautiful. I love the way they finish the blades, but they're in even smaller numbers than what the GECs are. So to get one, and I know it's a small one, and my dream is for next year is to get a medium-sized one for the collection as a user. This is a great knife to use, absolutely great. This has got the burlap micarta, which is just gorgeous. It really is lovely, lovely in hand, and I would love a bone one, maybe a bit bigger than this, for more for use for a one carry knife, if you like. But to get it in my collection just made my year. To be honest with you, I have had the most amazing year, and these are just six of the knives that have made that year ultra special. I've been spoiled rotten. Like, you know, I didn't get many knives. I didn't get any knives for Christmas as such. But I've had a run up to Christmas where my wife has helped me, and we've got the knives that I wanted to get. And I've been truly blessed. I've been truly blessed, and I've just had a wonderful year. And I've joined the Slip Joint Collectors Club in the UK, and I have never met a nicer bunch of fellas in this knife community yet. They are absolutely amazing, and it's lovely to talk to local people in your own country. Now, please do not take offense to that anywhere else in the world, because you have made my knife journey and continue to make it worthwhile and purposeful. But I've just met a really lovely bunch, and you do meet that more when you're closer to people. And I'm starting to meet people now in Northern Ireland who collect knives. It's nearly a secret society over here. But I really would love this year to get a meetup organised. If we can get the vaccine out and working, I would love to arrange a little meetup for knife collectors over here in Northern Ireland. Get a little room somewhere at the top of a pub and go and meet and show our knives off. We'll be above board. We'll tell the police we're going there. I would do all the right procedures so that we can have a proper knife meet, and that's another one of my little goals for next year. So enough I'll waffle. I just wanted to show off some of my really nice knives, and you know, if there comes a time in your life and you get a chance to pick a knife, pick a good one. And Herman Knives, honestly, he just If this was somebody else making this that was American or was, you wouldn't be able to afford this. It's just so good. It reminds me of a Russian company, um, for their action, the blade steel, just everything about it is beautiful. There you go. Thank you to everybody who helped the channel. Thank you to those who helped or helped in the process for me getting these knives. I really appreciate it. I'm away. Take care. God bless you all, and I'll see you probably tomorrow or the day after for another wee video. Take care. Bye bye now.